Right, hi guys, John from Peach Guitars here, and it's my pleasure to introduce Paul Waller from the Fender Custom Shop.
Hi there.
Tell us what you do at the Fender Custom Shop, Paul.
So I'm one of the newer master builders. I've been there for 15 years. And we were approached to do this master design, and of course it's really exciting for us to be able to design guitars when someone approaches us. So.
Yeah, right, cool. One thing before I forget, there's something that that customers always ask me about Masterbuilt and Teambuilt guitars. They always ask about kind of, you know, if I buy a Masterbuilt guitar, what am I getting a lot more that I can't get if I get a if I buy a Teambuilt guitar? Sorry to put you on the spot here as well, but you're the man that has the answers.
Yes. So you're getting the attention to detail. So I'm you know, doing the final shaping on the neck, all the fret work, final assembly, spec set up to the customer's specifications. So.
And obviously you can do a lot more things that aren't available in a Team-built kind of guitar, I guess.
Absolutely. Anything from specific relicking to specific neck shaping. I've had customers want me to take specific neck shapes off of their owned instruments.
And looking for like particular grains and things like that when they're trying to get, you know, match up with an old guitar.
Yeah, and you know, we have the luxury of having the best of the best in terms of materials.
Yeah. Yeah. So what Paul was talking about there was the Master Design Tour that we've got an event on in the shop tonight, which we're going to be putting some footage out of as well. But there's a whole load of really cool guitars that we touched on last week when we did an unboxing video, where they're basically a team-built guitar, but that's been master designed, as it were, by the master builders. And this is one that's kind of that Paul designed, that I've got in my hands here. And the thing that we've seen on these master design guitars, that they are you know, a team built guitar that you wouldn't normally be able to get if I emailed in and said, hey, I want to get a telly with a mid boost circuit or something like that on it, it would then become a master built guitar. But introducing this little beauty here.
Yeah.
So why don't you tell us a little bit about this guitar?
So I really like hot rods, you know, old cars, and the theme with hot rodding is you take something that exists and then try to make it faster or better.
Yeah.
And I kind of apply that to a lot of my builds. So what this is a mid boost circuit on board under the pickguard, hidden secretly, so no one knows about it.
Yeah.
And you have a stack center detent
on the volume control.
Correct. And that allows you to go 0 to 5 passive, and then bring the boost on after. Okay. And that combined with the tone control, you can really dial in a lot of sounds in both the neck and the bridge position. So there's quite a wide variety of range and tones here.
Okay, well let's have a run through of this one. So this is, let me start off with the bridge pickup, and I'm going from 0, just bring that in a little bit. So.
And what you'll notice is when most guitars, you bring it on to 1, and there's not a whole lot of guitar there.
And it's normally fairly dull sounding as well.
And there's a whole lot of guitar at 1.
Sounds how you imagine it would.
Sounds like a telly.
Let's try it on that neck pickup as well. Sweet. So from 0 to 5 is kind of standard.
Yeah, it's kind of, you know, your passive telly. Yeah. And I voiced these pickups specifically for this circuit, so
they're underwound, aren't they? I saw
absolutely, yeah. And it's so as you come away from 1, you'll start to get
right. Starting on 0 again. I'm going to bring it up to about 5. So we're on 5 now.
Now it's getting edgier.
Yeah, it's just starting to get there.
And then the other beautiful part about this is you can now roll off a little bit of the tone. this is a very knob-friendly guitar, so somebody that likes to play with the knobs and do volume swells or even tone swells.
I like it because it's kind of, it can be a sneaky thing within the circuit that you can, this, yes. totally stock, it's just, this guitar just sounds great. So I'm going to crank it now up to 10. So there's not a massive jump in volume, which we was talking about earlier, a lot of mid-boost circuits. Guys that often try out that Eric Clapton Strat on a clean channel with an amp, they turn the mid-boost off and go, this sounds like a Strat, and turn it on full and it kind of blows their head off with the sheer amount of drive that it introduces into
For some
sound.
people it's too much.
Yeah. Right, so what is the level of mid-boost on this?
So it's a 24
It's a 24,
dB
okay.
boost.
Yeah. So I'm just going to pop that back down to 5 again. Just thickens everything up, doesn't it? Just going to roll the tone back just a smidge there as well.
It's biting good now.
So you can go from that super thick sound right back to this. Crank it.
So the idea is you can set your amp setting and you have it all on board with the guitar. You don't need to mess around with pedals if you don't necessarily want to.
A lot of guys, when we heard Mike playing this earlier, to me it really kind of suits the way that he plays. It was kind of, he can drop it right down, go really twangy when he was doing some of the twangy stuff on the bottom end, and when he moved up the top end, just cranked it up a bit and it kind of smoothed everything out and kind of gave it a little bit more sustain and stuff as he went up the top end. Anything else kind of different about this? Fairly standard kind
aesthetically,
of
53 is kind of one of my favorite years.
The white blonde, it's nice.
And the black art is just classic. And timeless to me.
Nice big frets on there as well.
Yeah, it's a thicker neck, but it has that soft V to it, so there's not a whole lot of shoulder, which makes for really comfy playing.
Oh yeah, it's lovely. It's got a nice
and lots of tone.
Yeah. No, it sounds absolutely killer. Really lightweight as well. So there's 7 guitars in this Master Design range, and they've all got this little emblem thing on the back plate there that we'll get a close up on that. So there's 7 guitars, each designed by 7 of the Masterbuilders, and they're going to be available in the UK. Maybe is it UK only or Europe as well?
As far as I know,
yeah. Okay. So there's not going to be many of them around, and I think this is going to be the one that a lot of people gravitate towards because it still looks. Yeah. Like it's like the John Cruise one. I love it out there, but you've got to be the certain guy to go with that sparkle finish, the crazy telly pickup, and all that kind of stuff on the Strat. Whereas this is like that. Yeah, it's just a telly.
The other guy's going to be turning his amp knob up after he
when he hears that, he's like,
how is he doing
that? Cool. Well, let's move on to another guitar quickly, which is one that we had in stock. This was a guitar that was originally made for the NAMM show, was it?
Yes.
It was spec'd out for the 2018 NAMM show. So this one was a early 50s style telly, but called the Tan Line guitar. Hence this little thing on when you see a few sexy ladies with tan lines, I guess.
Yeah. As the guitars age, anything that's covered usually doesn't. Yeah. So when we inspect old guitars, we'll take them apart and find that the original color lies
underneath,
secretly underneath. Yeah. And the idea behind this was, somebody had a Bigsby on it and decided, nah, I don't want that anymore, or a new owner got it. Something, it changed lives.
It's even got those like Bigsby kind of holes there as well.
Yeah, you have to sell it. You have to sell the whole thing. You also see next to the bridge is where the
it could have had the
saddle bridge would be.
Yeah, like that. The Bob Bain guitar that we was talking about earlier had a similar thing like that on there. The Bigsby with the that was awesome. That guitar with that big. Like had that big metal kind of neck
originally it was sold as a kit with a shim.
Yeah.
And because it was so high up off the deck, it needed it.
Yeah.
So
Oh, cool. So this is another guitar that we've obviously got in from Paul. Really nice vintage kind of vibe to this one a little bit more. Really nice traditional guitar that if you're into your vintage guitars, really good choice. And you know, I can honestly say, hand on heart, you know, I've been very lucky to have a few nice vintage guitars and stuff, but you know, the vibe and the mojo of an old guitar is cool and everything. But honestly, you know, I'm not just saying it because Paul's here. You get a really nice Masterbuilt Fender guitar, and it's as good, if not better. They play a lot better than old guitars, and you know, we did this recent custom shop shootout Strat test where we compared my original 62 Strat to a 59 replica custom shop guitar, and 50% of the people got it wrong and 50% got it right. So that shows you how close that Fender are getting to making the guitars sound like the old ones, but they really just play so much better. You know, like you get a modern one with bigger frets and the more, you know, flatter radius and stuff. So I would say come down, try some guitars out, and we'll see you all soon. Thanks for your time, Paul.
Oh, my pleasure.
Cheers.